All I can tell you is you would better behave like a Emily Post complete gentleman in every aspect. If you want to have any hope at all, I'm talking to myself about myself with any woman. Everything has to be so well thought out in advance. The behaviors, the words, the way the words are said, the body language. You got to anticipate because he has to remember this is an old man. I'm talking about myself with no appearance and no personality. I can't take wild chances. It's got to be mature, patient, long suffering, run the race of attrition, and just hope to survive as long as I can, and with time and luck over a arduous course that's fraught with a lot of resistance, pushback, frustration. The short little man like me, particularly if very arthritic and crippled, has got to go very, very slowly, very carefully. Every move has to be anticipated, quizzed. He's got to completely assess from moment to moment where he stands with the woman. And he does that, of course. His lead is the body language. That doesn't lie if he catches it. With the eye of the intuitive eye and the eye itself that is like a fast camera that does memorializes, captures of attitudes. You got to take her into the toughest environments and tempt her to show herself. There's nothing worse than a fool who's chasing ghosts, phony entitlements, delusions of grandeur that he put there and doesn't even know it. And now he's fighting himself. He's fighting his fantasy. He's fighting his lack of being realistic and asking himself the right interrogative questions. He's falling victim to not holding the mirror of reality up to himself at every moment. And of course, that's the Knights of the Mirror. Don Quixote, when the knights ask Quixote, who are you? And Quixote tells him, I am I, Don Quixote, Lord of La Mancha. And the Knight of the Mirror says, I am I, the Knight of the Mirror. And these are the Knights of the Mirror. They're all surrounding Quixote in the bright light of day. Look in the mirror, Don Quixote, and tell me what you see. And Quixote again sees the image of himself that he wishes was there. And then the Knight of the Mirror says, Quixote, this is what I see. I see an old, foolish, senile man with a wooden sword he's swinging in the air, and a foolish-looking, paunchy sidekick Pancho Santos, who's a complete fool. I see an idiot fighting windmills, swinging at windmills in the air, fighting mythical dragons. Now look again, go around the knights, and each knight tells Quixote the reality of what they see. And little bit by little bit it begins to register on Quixote who he is. With that imagery, this is how the short small man has to completely interrogate himself and be as realistic as possible. And continuously self-expose the vulnerabilities, the shortcomings, and the issues that are practical. Everything has to be argument and evidence for whatever behaviors the short, small man chooses very carefully in the environment, in the arena of confrontation and encounter and severe resistance pushback. And I'll say it right now, I'll take that reality anytime in place of the delusions of grandeur, phony, wishful entitlements, level competitive playing field fantasies, altruism, compassion. I'll take that bitter blast of the winter hawk in Manhattan on the coldest night, with the wind chill factor way up, sitting on the bench in Central Park through the night, trying to sleep in a sitting position on that bench. But the wind keeps changing direction, and when that wind chill gets into the bone, that's when agony begins. And that's at that point I say, tell it to the hawk. Tell it to the hawk. Let's find out what answers you get, my friend.